Mr. Fein Meaux.
Jim, what's the first record you ever bought?
Well, it's still my criterion for judgment as far as what an album is supposed to be. It was an album of 78's, Tex Ritter's Children's Songs and Stories, Cowboy Tex Ritter, a wonderful thing.
Well, what about rock and roll? What's the first awakening you had?
It's that y'all are so young that you got to understand there was a world without rock and roll, and it was hard. It's hard to get that across to groups that I work with. I remember the first time I heard a rock and roll record when there was no such thing, and wondering if I'd ever hear another one.
Is that right?
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then there were like 3, then there were 6, then there were 10, and you looked forward to new records coming out in a very different way in the 50s. Like you knew there'd be another Chuck Berry record, and it was going to be good like the last one, and you waited for it to come out like a magazine or something.
Wow.
I remember the night on Red Hot and Blue when Dewey Phillips played Long Tall Sally like 10 times in a row because it was the new Little Richard record, and everybody wanted to hear it 10 times in a row.
Wow, that's great.
There wasn't that many to play.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine the excitement of the 50s, rock and roll in the 50s.
You know what? Remember what the first one that really caught your attention was?
The first rocket music I ever heard, I guess, was Bill Harvey and the Harlem in Havana Review.
The Harlem in Havana Review?
Yeah, at the Royal American shows, the fair and stuff that would come around, during the Cotton Carnival. It was the first black big band that I got to see.
Now, see, I'm not from the South. How did you get to see them? I don't know how you even get to go to those
White audience, all white audience.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but it was the first place that an all-white audience, that kids could get in to see, with dancing girls and the whole thing.